What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the QPR Career Mode. This is the final episode of season number 2. Hopefully you guys are excited to see whether we go up automatically or not, or whether we have to go through playoffs. And obviously to get promoted automatically we have to catch Stoke City, who we do play later on, but even if we win that, we have to still close the gap, and we started with a 2-0 win over Middlesbrough away from home. So that was a very good start from us. We need to hope that Stoke do drop points somewhere, because if they don't, then we won't be able to catch them. And to make sure that we don't drop any points, to make sure that we can catch them, we can't drop any points. And we won our second game 3-0 at home to Hull. So we were doing everything we could to make sure that we were in a good position to overtake Stoke if we managed to beat them when we play them. And we actually did manage to overtake Stoke, as you can see, but they did have that game in hand. So yeah, the ball is still in their court. They still can decide, or it's still in their hands basically. But a youth player wanted to leave, so I decided to promote him. A good right back there, has potential to be special. So yeah, you will see him later on in the episode as well. He does start playing a little bit because we did have a bit of a fullback injury, and yeah, he has good potential. He's the highest out of anyone that we had at the club, so I thought might as well play him ahead of the other ones that we had last season. But yeah, we had to send our scouts out again because that was their last month. We once again sent a scout to England because, like I said, being an English club, I want to keep a scout in England. And so I sent one to, again, like nearby, and I did send one to Nigeria though, because QPR do have a few like Nigerian-ish players. Like Ozzy Samuel's obviously Nigerian, and Ezzy's slightly Nigerian too, I believe. He has dual nationality. But the third game of the episode away against Ipswich, we won again 1-0. So showing Stoke that we're going to take them all the way, you know, we're not dropping points, so they can't afford to. But I do believe that Villa did us a huge favour as well by beating Stoke. Obviously we drew with them, but yeah, they beat Stoke for us, so it's fine, it's fine. They were 4 points clear us again before our game against Sheffield Wednesday at home, but we managed to win that 2-1, so we closed the gap again to 1 point. And I was really tense here because I didn't know if Stoke would drop any more points. Obviously if it stayed like this and we beat them, then we would have gone above them, but you never know because our inconsistencies from last season. Also a bit nervous that we might start to drop points again, because obviously it happened last time, and yeah, I didn't want that to happen, because if that did, we had no chance of automatic promotion. To be honest, the fact that we were even in with a chance after the way we started and how clear Villa and Norwich were at the start, then Stoke went flying ahead of us. The fact that we managed to even be in this position is insane, and we managed to strengthen that position with a 3-0 win over Wigan, who in real life are going through a bit of a weird time. Obviously they're in administration, hopefully they can survive in the Championship. A lot of shady stuff is going on there. I'll leave a link to a video that I watched that pretty well explains what went on there. So if you want to check that out, you can. There will be a link in the description. But we managed to beat Wigan 3-0. Our next game against Birmingham away, Stoke still weren't dropping points, but neither were we. Another 3-0 win. We're getting a lot of big wins here, and the next game was the big one. It was the one that would determine whether we would be in second place or we would be in third place. And going into the game, Stoke hadn't played their 44th game. We had, so we were 2 points clear of them. And a win here would have meant that even if Stoke won their game in hand that they would have had, they would have been behind us. So This was a huge match. This was the biggest game of the series. Obviously, we had the Norwich game a couple episodes ago. We had Brentford last time. And I don't know if I'd say the Brentford was the biggest game of the series, because I don't know if it was, but the Norwich one definitely was. That was a pivotal moment in the season. But this one tops that by a lot, because this would determine whether we would essentially determine whether we're going up automatically or not. And yeah, Stoke, good team, win the Premier League for a while as well, and yeah, obviously got relegated a few years ago, haven't been able to come back up, and we were trying to make sure that they wouldn't be going up again automatically today. The game started very quietly though. The first shots came 25 minutes in, but it was De La Vega and Eze, such a deadly combo throughout the whole series, and they combined again to make it 1-0 away at Stoke in the biggest game that they've played, and it was a really nice goal as well. They have such a good connection, and it's amazing, man. Them two will be two huge players for us next season, and yeah, it's gonna be really fun to see them when they're even better, which they will be next season. But from kickoff, Stoke here trying to play from the back. We were pressing them, trying to get the ball back, and you know, they're playing it around here, trying to create an opening on the left hand, on their left. They're doing pretty well here, got the ball through, but they got tackled by Santoro, who's been a very good player. We have not missed Lice now at all, because he's just stepped in and been insane. And from that tackle we went on a counter attack, and the hometown hero Johnny scored again to make it 2-0. Put his finger, sorry, to his ears to say to the crowd, you know what, shut up mate, we're gonna win this now. And 2 goals in quick succession put us in a hugely advantageous position in this game. And not too long after, we were on the attack again. De La Vega down this left hand side, cut back, got the shot away, but it was blocked, unfortunately. That would have been huge if it was 3-0. But just before half time, he was here again, overran the ball a little bit, got it back, played it back to Scowen, who played it to Sambia, who played it to Eze, who played it to Leko, who cut inside and had the shot on his left foot, but the keeper somehow managed to save that. That was insane. A really good save. Corner, unfortunately we couldn't convert it, and still got it away. But that was the half-time whistle. We were definitely the better team in that first half. I think we did deserve to be winning. Stoke didn't really create anything. But yeah, we played pretty well. 5 minutes into the second half, we had a chance. Morris here ran through their left back, who just stopped trying to tackle him. I guess because their centre back went for it, but still, I don't think that's a good excuse. And he just hit it up the near post. Goalkeeper should have done a bit better there. I don't know how he managed to save Leko's shot and not this one. But yeah, Morris has been insane these last few weeks, can I just say. He's really turned up. He was not scoring at all early in the season. I believe against Norwich, his first goal was just his 3rd of the season, and the amount of goals he finished on, you'll see at the end of the episode, is insane. He's really been insane. How many times am I going to say insane? I don't know. He's been really good. But Norwich had a little spell of pressure here, and Roberts, for some reason, decided to throw the ball to the wrong player. They want to pass it there, and it almost cost us. He almost conceded there. But he did make a few very good saves. But yeah, Stoke could have got back into this game, if I'm going to be honest, if they did take some of their chances. The shots weren't very good, but we went on the counter in the 80th minute. Jose Samuel down this right, played it across to De La Vega, and he just tapped it in. No one tracked Jose Samuel. De La Vega was pretty open in the box. I didn't even want to pass it to him, if I'm going to be honest. Chair was running in late. I wanted to play it to him, but you know what? It worked out. Look at all the space he had. One of the centre backs got dragged out of position because the full back was out of position, which left De La Vega in a lot of space, and he just does what he does best at this point. You know, he's again been really good. Stoke had another chance here at the end of the game to try and get a consolation at this point. You know, they weren't going to come back. But from the corner, you know, they're trying to get the goal still. We're trying to get the ball back, and Collins, the new kid, the new right back we promoted, you saw him earlier, got intercepted ball in our own box. He ran all the way down the pitch to their half, into their box, played it to Jose Samuel, who on his left foot hit it into the near post and made it 5-0. This man can't even score on his right foot half the time. I don't understand how he managed to score on his weak foot. But that goal was created complete from Collins. He intercepted it at a point where it looks like Stoke wouldn't score. He led the counter on his own, just bulldozed through the pitch. And he played it across, and in his first ever professional game, he got an assist, which he definitely deserved, you know. And Stoke just got destroyed. 5-0 is how it finished. I mean, I do say they got destroyed. They did have a lot of good chances that they probably should have taken. And you can see from the stats, we only had 2 shots more on target than them. We had the same amount of shots. They had slightly more possession, if you care about that. And yeah, with this result, we went 4 points. I think it was a 4 or 5. I think it was 5 points clear actually of Stoke, because we were 2 points clear at the start. But they did have that game in hand. If they failed to win that game in hand, it would have been confirmed that we were going to the Premier League. Even if they won, all we needed to do was draw essentially, because our goal difference was just so much better than Stoke's. We destroyed it in that match. Oh, and also this kid, I just want to talk about him quickly. Declan Harris, he's a 5'9" centre back, so he's never going to play centre back for me, and I wasn't going to sign him, but then I saw his name was Harris, and I know it's spelt wrong, but it's still, you still say it the same, innit? So I was like, I got to sign him. So that's for you, Harris. I know you love QPR. He's going to kill me. He likes Brentford, but you know, it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, we signed him just because of that. And Clark actually got put on the loan list by the board because he wanted to go on loan, and I didn't realise, which is why I rejected the Norwich bid back, and he got a lot more that I rejected before I realised. So he did eventually go on loan, or he's going to go on loan to Sheffield United at the start of next season. Sheffield United, who really dropped off, but yeah, should probably be doing a bit better next season, you would think, considering that considering how they're doing in real life anyway, man. They could still get into the Europa League, which is insane. But in this scrimmage, they're in the Championship, so yeah. But yeah, a lot of loan offers came in for him. But if you saw that, Stoke played the game in hand. The league table will be revealed in a minute. You can see it now anyway. They dropped points. They drew, which means QPR, Queen's Park Rangers, are in the Premier League next season. Stoke drew with Cardiff 3-3. Insane match. Well, that would look like it would be an insane match. Confirmation here. QPR promoted to the Premier League. This is insane. QPR haven't been in the Premier League for years. I think the last time they were there was in 2014-15, where Liverpool just had a terrible team. I remember us beating them in the last minute. I say beating them, I like QPR now. I'm basically a QPR fan at this point, just because of this career mode. But yeah, I remember, I think QPR scored an own goal in like the 95th minute to make Liverpool win 3-2. I don't know why I remember that match. It's just, yeah, just do. But yeah, we're back. It's going to be tough to stay there though. Our team is only rated at 3.5 stars. Most of the Premier League teams are at least 4 stars, and the ones that are 3.5 aren't doing too great. I have looked at the Premier League table, and yeah, it's not. It's going to be tough for us, but if we make a few more signings, you know, we have a lot of young players in the squad, so they're obviously going to be improving as the season goes on. But obviously now at the end of the season, a few more players wanted to be promoted from the youth academy. Liam Moore here, a central attacking midfielder. I decided to promote him. He has 4-star weak foot and skill moves. He could be good in the future, but his potential isn't great. So I'm going to be learning him out, as well as this guy, Kyle Roberts. Not Kyle, what am I talking about? Alfie Roberts. Because again, he doesn't have great potential, but he is 6'6", which is big. Because a lot of our centre backs are small, and they're not going to ever play centre back for me, I don't think. Even though heading isn't a huge issue. Like, Obviously, Harris isn't going to play centre back because he's only 5'9". Like if he's a bit tall, he might, but he'd probably be a centre mid or maybe a right back or something. What would make it great is if he has a man bun just so he looks like Van Dijk. I think that would really piss Harris off. But yeah, I decided to make a new signing actually. This right back for free. His contract was running out at Huddersfield. I was like, yeah, might as well. He's higher rated than a current right back, Kane. And yeah, I think it's gonna be good to have a bit more depth next season. Even though obviously we have the new kid coming through the academy, I think he'll be second choice. We might look to sell Kane in the summer. But this is the final overview of the squad. You can see all the stats and how they did this season. Obviously, no. Our centre back Barbe actually did really well. He got like 8 league assists, which for a centre back is mad. But Ezzy, De La Vega, Morris, and Lecco, they were really, really good this season. That front four is going to be key again next season. I feel I might look to find a new right back, but yeah, we'll see. This is how the playoffs went, by the way. Stoke beat Norwich and Brentford beat Forest, and Brentford beat Stoke in the final. I promise I did not reload this to try and make that happen. It happened, and the first time I saw it, I was gassed. Like I literally went on it after doing the squad overview stuff, which was at the end of June. So yeah, it'll be nice to see Brentford in the Premier League with us. Hopefully, you know, we beat them twice next season. That'll be fun. And I hope you'll see that because it'll be coming very soon. I'll see you then.